Nigga, I'm bye. That was it. That's it right there.
It's the ExesNOs podcast back with another episode. We don't claim to be experts, but feel like we got a little bit of experience with this thing called life. It's your boy Jay.
I'm Janae.
We're going to start it off briefly with talking about our entrepreneur segment and really the mindset necessary to make the leap or launching your own business or really starting your bringing your side hustle to your main hustle or whatever the case may be. So, um, I'm gonna lead on to the one who's been an entrepreneur longer than me and ask her like, what were some of the things for you that really went into being an entrepreneur? What you needed to solidify mentally to get it done?
Um, for me was understanding. Okay, understanding that I didn't really want to work for someone. I wanted to work with people, if that makes sense. So I knew that, yeah, that working in a warehouse or wherever I was at the time wasn't gonna last long because my passion was art, and that was what I was gonna do by any means. Never.
You could have told him your personality trait as a rebel. You could have just said that.
What? Why would? What if they don't know what that means?
Oh, you ain't trying to scare out potential prospects that
Okay.
might see this.
No, I just don't. What if y'all don't know what? What if y'all don't know what a rebel means in his personality trait? That could be anything, but no, it means exactly what it means. I am a rebel.
I'm a questioner, by the way.
Nobody cares.
But as I was saying, um, you gotta have a certain level of faith, or what I consider faith, not in the religious context, but in the sense that there is nothing in one's past or personal history that says you can't overcome and that you won't overcome. Because if you're still here, which if you're listening to this, you're still here. You've been through some shit, and you've been in situations where you didn't know how you're gonna get out of it. You didn't know what the answer was gonna be. But the fact that you made it through, you found the answer, even in the bleakest of times, you can lean on the fact that guess what? Anything else you're gonna run into, you're gonna get through that too. So I just feel like you have to have a certain level of faith, just in general, as well as faith in your own God-given gifts and abilities that they're given to you for a purpose and for a reason. So definitely confidence is major. You can't just lose your job, quit your job, and oh, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. Oh, I'm gonna launch my business, and not go in ahead of time already having the mental fortitude to deal with what you're going to deal with. Because, poof, it's not the easiest thing. I mean, am I wrong? Like, not for the faint of heart.
It's not.
You know what I
You're
mean?
gonna catch it's very. You're gonna catch a few L's.
A few.
You're gonna catch a few L's. It happens. But when you know that this is what you're supposed to be doing, it's nothing. You know, it's a part of the process. Those no's and those L's are a part of the process because it only takes one W and one yes. So, um, that builds up your confidence too, and understanding the small victories.
That's
You
a good
know,
one. Yeah.
understanding that
Mm-hmm.
everything doesn't have to be a big victory. Small victories lead up to, build up that momentum and build up that, snowball effect. So I think that's probably an important mind frame to have as an entrepreneur, and just be resilient. It's gonna be some doubting. It's gonna be some what the fuck. But still, this is what you're supposed to be doing. If you're passionate about it, and this is like something that you keep dreaming about, the feeling, the urge, the energy keeps pushing you to do this, go ahead. Don't don't let fear or doubt stop you, or the perfect timing stop you, because it's never gonna have be a perfect time ever.
Big facts. Big
Never gonna be a
facts.
perfect time.
It's similar, like as she brought up a great point, just taking pride in the little victories and even recognizing the little victories,
Mm-hmm.
because what we all equate to success is like winning a championship when it comes to athletics and sports, whatever it may be. But sometimes you gotta look at it like, you know what? We only won, in football case, we're 5-12. Next year we ended up being 8-9. Then you make the play. See, but these are little victories. These are, you're slowly getting towards that. You're not just gonna hop into the league and just win a championship or win MVP. We all can't be Patrick Mahomes in this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Because there are those cases that, those are some people that are Pat Mahomes, and just like they jump
Yeah,
into
but
it.
we all
But
exactly.
everybody
Mm-hmm.
it's a rarity,
Mm-hmm.
very rarity, and I think a lot of that is glamorized.
The overnight success.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
To
But sometimes even the overnight success, like Big Sean has that one little bar where he sat there and says, "I guess it took 10 years for me to be an overnight success, because like
yeah,
what y'all
because
consider,
usually, yeah,
what y'all
we don't
consider
understand the
overnight,
back work that's been
yes,
going on to the
yes,
people consider
mm-hmm,
overnight success is usually that they've been
yes,
doing this shit for like 10, 12, 15 years prior, and then they got on. So
mm-hmm,
yeah.
mm-hmm. And there's so many other little things that go into it, because I had someone sitting there tell me towards the end before I made the leap, like, dang, everything's just going for you. Everything's just falling in line. It's so easy for you. Like, nigga, do you not know, like, the years of just, like, self development? Word up. The, building myself up, the person I am today, to get here. Like, yeah, I might have went from point A to point B relatively fast as far as outwardly, but the inward work that I had to go through just to become the man that I needed to be an entrepreneur. Because she'll tell you when we first met, she'll tell you I wasn't like I was with her, but I really wasn't with it like that. You know, and I'm not gonna lie, like I mentally wasn't like yo with it like that. You know, but yeah.
Funny how time changes people, ain't it? Funny. All right, so we're gonna go straight into our foreplay segment. We got a few topics today. Um, so one of them being, if nobody's seen the footage of Draymond and Jordan Poole, little scuffle punch situation in practice. Um, yeah, and I'm just now hearing the him what his statement was about it. Draymond's. I'm just now hearing he responded to it. So interesting, very interesting. What's your opinion on it, or what's your take on it?
My take, honestly, I didn't think it was really that bad. Cause like I heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. But then it was like, what I didn't. I'm down. So I didn't see it till like before the podcast, the video footage of it. Um, and I didn't think it was really all that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Seen worse.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true. That's true.
especially I think it's easy for me to say just talking about as a man, and it's like yo, tempers flare, testosterone's in the air. You're gonna like it happens. You know what I mean? And again, like I said, I didn't think it was really all that bad. I would like. I'm more interested in like, yo, I wish they were mic'd up for that one. That TNT wired. I wish they were mic'd up. I just want to hear what was said, how it led there, because that's more or less like, yo, was it?
Was it worth it?
Because it was something that proceeded on like during the little practice thing, and then you saw they were both on the side. Like it was like the next 3-on-3 or the next, you know what I mean? They, cycling out there in practice, little stuff like that. And whatever it was still on Draymond Green's mind as he went over there, got in his face, and rightfully so. Like, yo, I mean, I shoved the nigga out my way too. Like, get the fuck out my face. What the fuck you doing?
Why you walking up on me? What
People,
you expect him to do?
Like, you made the comment looking at the video, like, yo, man, look how far Draymond Green hit him back. Like, nah, nigga.
Yeah, I didn't see he was moving back.
If you saw how far Jordan Poole moved back off of pushing him,
right? That's pretty much what. Yeah, but it was the impact of the punch that I seen that I was like, oh.
Oh, the fact that he hit the wall and fell down, kind of.
Well, no, literally, when the fist hit the face, how his head jerked back, I was like, well, damn. Because usually they don't really actually connect, or they don't really fucking throw blows like that in practice. You know what I'm saying? When you hear somebody going for practice, you don't really think of throwing blows like that. I'm like, oh shit, he connected. Shit.
You're used to that Carmelo. Hold
right.
me back. Hold me
Because that's
back.
That was usually happening. Like, oh, y'all just got into a little argument. Y'all didn't really get into no fight or nothing. So when I seen it, I'm like, he hit him. Cause I thought I thought it was like the push that I seen Jordan do. Yeah. Like, oh, he just pushed him, man. Like, oh shit, this nigga connected to the face. This nigga had to catch his head. He was about to. He gently laid him down.
You saying he got CTE? He need a casket.
Gosh, MRI. He was on concussion protocol.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he was. You know what I'm saying? So, about that.
How many less people are gonna start snapping at Draymond Green this year?
But you always knew about Draymond. That ain't nothing new. We always knew that him and KD was gonna fight. We knew that he has that thing. Like, when he go up against LeBron, they always argue. But they cool, Like LeBron said, you know what I mean? Even if his mom was in the key, my nigga, she getting punched on. Don't care if you're my homie or not. That's what he said. Next segment. All right. Well, this one, I got this one off a certain platform that came down my timeline, and wow.
Let me just read it while you talk about it. Go ahead. You can go ahead and just speak your opinion on it. I'll let you know.
Want me to say, well, first of all, it's a text message. Somebody screenshot and posted it on social media. And I'm going to let him read it or whatever. You can read it out loud if you want to while you're reading through it.
I'll pull it up.
Well, you'll see it right here. You see the dude basically shutting a woman down. Honestly, it's respectfully. I'm not gonna lie and say you can't be mad at honestly, okay. I completely understand. But at the same time, it's so many questions, like the age bracket. What are you expecting? So you want nobody with no kids, not independent, can focus on you fully, works specific type of, I don't know, what he expects.
Okay, sat there and said because he was going to come second to the children, rightfully, because she was 35.
Rightfully, exactly.
Then he was going to come third behind her career. Mm-hmm. Was she an entrepreneur? Is that what
he just said? Independent. He didn't say what she was independent.
Doing. All right, then he was most likely going to come third behind his career, and he pointed it out, so that's a big deal to him. He wants kids. It didn't say it in there, but he pointed out the fact that she probably wouldn't have any more kids. Or
yeah, because she already had two. Again, respectfully.
I didn't think that was so, like, yo, don't speak on another person's body. I didn't like that part.
You didn't like it?
I didn't know. I just didn't like it because you're assuming because of my age and that I don't want, and it's like, yo, I just because
of assumption.
Believe it or
like,
not,
you don't know.
Yeah, so I mean,
you don't know. Everybody's not the same, but that's his ignorance.
I mean, but he respectfully gave his opinion in that regard. It wasn't
Again, you can't.
But that philosophy.
Terrible.
Because it already lets me know. I feel like he's older than her.
You think
they're
so?
the same age.
Because I was thinking he had to be younger. Dude.
No. I think they're in the same bracket. They're in the same bracket.
Well, then he has unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic fucking expectations.
We do at times. We do.
Like, what are you expecting at between 35 and 40? You expect to really find, the rarity of finding somebody that doesn't have kids, specifically a woman.
And he wants a stay-at-home wife, one that's going to provide him stability and things like. It sounded like he wanted a mother, but it's cool. I'm not gonna.
You want a little girl.
No, you want a little girl, but you looking someone to, like, you want to do you, or as far as like being a man, going to work, providing, while at the same time, someone else takes care of you. You want someone to be in a position to take care of you, because if you're working, taking care of the kids, and you can tend to his needs. Sound like he needed a mother, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm not, but
I didn't.
I kind of already said enough about it. How do you feel about it? Like, you just think it's unrealistic expectations.
Unrealistic expectations. Even though we have unrealistic expectations, but to what extent? Like I said, I wanted to know the age bracket. I knew she was 35.
Yeah, because he said it.
She said it. But what is your age bracket? Because if you're doing all this stereotype to a woman that is 35, like first of all, she's 35. So, yes, I'm sure she does have kids. And even if she didn't, it's a reason why she doesn't have kids, probably because of her career, her job. You know what I mean? So, either way, you're going to... So... it's unrealistic.
See, I think it's, well, this is going to bleed into the main topic of the day. So, I can discover some of the stuff that I want to discuss.
Go ahead.
When we just lead off the main topic.
Go ahead, rolling into the main topic.
All right, really, it was something I had noticed, again, on a particular platform that shall not be named. But I thought it was interesting because the post read something like, it's sad that men nowadays, we're in an era of men that don't want to provide or protect anymore, and she'll tell you, my first response was, again, I'm not defending men, but at the same time, let's not point fingers and not recognize what we've done, because it's like, yo, this is like, we just, like, women did not just spend the past 10, 15 years talking about men ain't shit. You're gonna reap what you sow. Like, that's all we've heard.
And my rebuttal.
But my thing is, because, like, again, okay, let me put it like this. You've never heard me on some negative woman talk. Yes or no? I might be upset with a woman. I might be da-da-da, but you've never heard me sitting there in a serious manner talk about, like, your women ain't shit. I'm like, no.
No.
Okay. I've gone through some shit. You would agree. I've gone through enough shit to sit there and say women ain't shit. Through my dating experience and marriage. But but nonetheless,
that's why niggas is divorced. That's right there.
But regardless of what you go through, it doesn't. Why am I gonna sit there and start putting that out there? I'm big on that energy. I'm not about to sow that energy out into the world. Like, regardless of the fact, like, maybe it's not so much women ain't shit because I'm attracting them for a reason. If I'm attracting ain't shit women,
ain't shit niggas, huh?
it must be some ain't shitness about me. So I'm quick to sit there and look at myself and see like, yo, what is the reasons for this? But what the real thing is like, yo, who threw the stone first, pretty much? Where did we get here? Well, is it the chicken or the egg? Was it men ain't shit first? Was it women ain't shit? Like, yo, who?
If we are going
You know
to
what I mean? Because
all the way back, if we really want to really go back to,
I guess you've been around since the dawn of time, so you like the fucking oracle on the Matrix. You should know. You know what I mean? You should know.
Okay, that's fantastic, guys. First of all, my take on that was, yeah, I've always been a person that it's what you attracting. If you're attracting a certain type of person, that's because you that type of, you know what I mean? Because I can't say that I haven't dated good dudes. A lot of the dudes that I've dated were good dudes. No, I didn't marry a good dude though. That's why we got divorced. So,
because I'm a good man. But continue.
So yeah, if we want to go back, I would say we have to know what the system, if just for black people in general, we have to understand what the system was put in place from dividing the home in general. So technically, nobody is to blame but the system, if we're being technical. Now, take technicality out of it.
This is where she comes off the top rope.
You know what I'm saying? Let's take technicality out of it. Who left the house first?
Left or was pushed out the house?
Whoa, my gosh.
All perspective. It's all perspective.
Oh my gosh.
It's all perspective.
Okay.
I'm just asking.
Nonetheless, even whatever you left the house, why are those kids still raised the way they were?
What regards?
In the single, because it's a lot of absent fathers, as we both know from personal experience. So we cannot, like, I know on my behalf, it wasn't because my mom stopped him from seeing me. It was because his person, you know what I mean? That other situation. So, again, who left the house first? And then, what was the stop, like, who stopped fighting for the kids first?
See, we talking about relationships. We ain't talking about families.
No, if we're going, because you're saying that this is what we raised, or this is what the generation brought. So, if that's the case, if we're going back to see what came first, the chicken or the egg, we have to start there. If we're not going to go through technicality.
Basically, she's saying it was the chicken heads.
What? Y'all.
You know? No, we were the egg that was dropped by the chicken.
What? How? We didn't even discuss who was what, though.
All seriousness, it like...
Because...
I don't like pointing the blame at who... Like, she sat there and said it to a degree...
It's nobody's fault.
Nobody's fault.
Yeah. But...
You can't continue to put out that energy.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, I've gone through enough to sit there and say, yo, women ain't shit, but I've never said women ain't shit.
Absolutely.
I'll be there. First off, I'll be damn. I love women too much to sit there and act like I can live without y'all. You know, maybe her, but the rest of y'all.
Can he, though? Like, because, I mean, currently... Just, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say right there. Please have a pal, check mark, something to come up around here. But yeah,
Nah. Again, you just
it's
can't
not like
keep pointing. I just feel like we're in a culture, a toxic. The toxicity within the culture
okay. So what's your opinion?
is
Who came first? Then?
honestly, it was
Because
us.
that's the
It was us.
okay
It is
then.
what it is. It
At
is
the
what it is.
end
It
of the
was
day,
us. But
end
we
of the day.
keep perpetuating this negative energy because guys want to point at girls and say they ain't shit. Girls want to point at guys and say, we ain't shit. And it's like there's a bunch of
People
ain't shit stones getting thrown
hurt
when it's
people
like hurt people. Yeah, but it's like, yo, when are we just gonna take ownership for our own healing?
Absolutely.
Cause like that's again my thing is like don't cause I okay let me put it like my philosophy why I've never done that and why it's always been important that I break up or how relationships ended were important. I didn't want too much pettiness. I didn't want there to be so negativity and toxic. It didn't have to get like that because I've always recognized it like yo we might not get along or we might this might not be it nonetheless it does not it doesn't take the fact that you're still a queen. You might not be my queen. That's all that means. But you're still a queen to somebody else. So I still need to treat you accordingly because in my mind I want to sow those seeds for my eventual queen. I don't need to be putting any poison into the dirt for the next relationship.
Yeah.
So it was always important for me to end relationships properly because I'm trying to think like I can pretty much call and I get along with 80 to 90% of all my exes.
Except one.
Which one? It's not an ex.
I am your ex. I don't get along with you.
Oh.
I don't know why does he think we're friends? We're not friends. We're not friends. People, we're not friends. We're co-parent and we're business partners. Friends, we are not. We continue.
So what do you think? Is it okay? How about this? How about this? Let me ask this because
Okay.
we already know there's toxicity with no water. That's not that's what we're
It's
talking
dirty
about.
water. Dirty
Yeah.
pooty water.
Is there a way of filtering and cleaning it up, or is there what needs to be done, or is it just one of those?
Honestly, um,
Is there any hope?
I always think it's hope. I'm a hopeless romantic, contrary to most people's belief. But this nigga's just, I don't know who he believed he married. He pretty much, I don't think he didn't even marry me. Like, we didn't even, I don't know what happened. Anyways,
Woke up.
Shush. Shush.
It's
That's
like
it.
some Vegas one night stand shit.
That's pretty much what it feels like. But I do think it's hope. Because I don't want to say that the social media or whatever is hindering or doing whatever because people gonna be with people regardless of social media or not. It was always ways for people to be nosy. It was always ways people was gonna cheat. Um, I just think that focusing on what you can control, you can't control someone and someone's reactions and someone's moves, but you can control yours and how you respond to certain things. Um,
Big facts. Preach.
that's okay. That's pretty much my I kind of get like the younger generation, kind of like the Black Love. Like I watch Black Love. Shouts out to y'all, and that gives me hope from the old heads dropping the little jewels. Um,
It's not all the Black Love contestants can still sit there and claim Black Love now, can they?
Sorry for those people who are not together anymore from Black Love. Thanks to him.
Thanks to me.
Thanks to him for you dropping that jewel. We'll actually talk about that sometime next week or something, whatever. But yeah, no, I always still think it's hope because as long as it's a man and a woman, people gonna get together. You know what I mean?
It could be a man and a man, a woman and a woman.
Well, it could be anything these days.
Right.
A man and a dog.
A woman and a horse.
I mean, hey. You don't know what type of horses and stuff out here, I guess. You know?
Right, y'all are gonna be with robots in no time with all y'all's contraptions and mechanism.
Y'all smash literally balloons and blow up dolls.
Floaties, don't. So what?
Flashlights.
But guess what?
Somebody smash
in a flush,
freaking...
but in a flood, if we're gonna have a hurricane come through here. My blow up dog gonna save me. She gonna save your boy.
Okay.
I might be sitting there paddling on top of that motherfucker. What's your
the rose is, I don't even know. I don't have one, but I know that I've seen a little picture where the boy got it stuck on his face, and I hope he got it off. I don't know how they got it off, but it was stuck. But I hope those are amazing.
If it's that dangerous to a man's face, why would you want it near your... It's cool. Not for me to judge. I'm just sitting there saying, y'all shit is hazardous. You know what I mean? You can't take that in the bathroom. If it, you drop that in the water. It's, you know what I mean? What's the worst that a blow-up dog gonna do? Pop?
Suffocate.
Suffocate who? They can't suffocate the dog.
Let somebody.
That's the point.
An old man at the wrong time, getting the right action, and he coming and going at the same time. It's happened plenty of times.
We've gotten so far off topic. This is where we end as she's starting to go into her old man experiences.
Wow, here we go. Okay. Anyways, shouts out to everybody. See y'all next week.